Hello and welcome back to She Is the Moment. It's your host, Shona. I hope you're having a wonderful Monday morning so far. We are going to just dive into what this episode of the podcast is all about. I'm going to give you 3 ways that you can use this week to bring more leads, more clients, more sales, more income into your business. If you're sitting there thinking, oh, I'm about to have like a quiet summer, I just do not agree with you because these 3 ways, these 3 lead generating activities that you can partake in are working so well for me and my clients, especially right now. So just get that thought right out of your head, that you're going to be quiet, that sales are going to dip, that income's going to dip over the summer. It does not have to. It's just time to start thinking outside the box. So these are 3 things that we're all doing right now. They're working really well. So I thought, I'm not going to hide this. I'm not going to gatekeep. I'm going to share it with you. And the first one is social proof content. Now, I bet you're sitting thinking, Shona, I already do social proof content. Like, I'm already sharing my client wins. I'm already sharing screenshots of what people are saying about my services. But I bet you are not getting signups off the back of it. So maybe we need to talk about this. Now, whenever I share content that is about my clients, I always provide a little bit of context because there's nothing more boring than chucking up like a big paragraph of text, guaranteed no one's going to read it because it's probably far too small, a big paragraph, and they're like, oh my God, I'm not going to read that. You maybe use the Canva graphics, the 5 stars. You say things like, things clients say or client testimonial. No. We need to use social proof in a way that sells so easily for us. I think more than any other type of content, you should be posting social proof all the time, right? And if you don't have enough social proof, then you need to listen to the last episode of my podcast because that episode is going to help you get more social proof. But if you've got tons of social proof, you've got like screenshots from your clients, you've got a whole folder in your phone of like things that they're saying, wins that they're having, pictures, blah, 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 then what we need to do is center this around a story, right? So imagine someone is really thinking about working with you. They're struggling with a problem. They really want to feel XYZ. They really want to achieve XYZ. And all they see is a big paragraph of text. It's not going to do anything for them. But if you tell the story of what your client was feeling, experiencing before working with you, what was the straw that broke the camel's back, what made them sign up, what was the main issues that they were having, then what was like the thing that you did with them that maybe they'd never tried before, what was like your unique way of working, and then what was the result and big sexy desire that delivered, right? So whenever you see me tell a story about one of my clients, that's exactly what I do. I tell the story and I tell it in a way that makes the person who is reading it think, that's exactly what I was going through too, or that's exactly how I feel right now. And that person has gone through it. Oh, and they've tried that. Maybe I've not tried that yet. They've done things a little bit differently. And oh my God, that's what they've got now. That's what they're experiencing. That's what they're feeling. That's what I want more than anything. Right? So see that screenshot that you'll be using, that big chunk of text. What I want you to do is I want you to pick like one sentence out of it, right? And really dive into that one sentence because here's the thing, quite a lot of the time as well when coaches, business owners are sharing their testimonials or their social proof, they just talk about like all the things that you did with that client. But what we need to do is really like dive into one thing. So say you helped someone with their relationship with the scales, really hone in on how they were feeling before about the scales, how the scales made them feel, their beliefs about the scales, and then your unique way of working, and then how they feel now, how they've actually finally been able to achieve something because you have completely flipped their relationship with the scales. Or perhaps they were really self-critical of themselves, or perhaps they had an all or nothing mindset, or perhaps they weren't training hard enough in the gym. Like there's lots of different things that a person might have experienced or might be struggling with. But I want you, when you're sharing these testimonials, to really go into one particular aspect of that story. And that will allow you to get deeper, because I think the more sort of topics you try and address in a post, the more the post gets kind of confusing, the more it gets like kind of vague, whereas we want to go deep into like this one thing and really get to the heart of it and make people feel something. Another mistake that some coaches are making when it comes to sharing their social proof is they get mixed up between the solution that gets them the desire and the desire. And I'll tell you what I mean here. So they'll say something like, Sandra went from absolutely no gym confidence to training 3 times a week. Now, that is not a big, sexy desire. And I bet your bottom dollar, my bottom dollar, that Sandra did not sign up with you just so that she could go to the gym 3 times a week, right? I mean, that's what she needed to do in order to experience XYZ. So maybe she wanted to build muscle. Maybe she wanted to feel more confident in her body. Maybe she had, she was the mother of a bride at a wedding. She was going to, at a wedding. That sounds like she's just volunteering to be someone's mother for the day. She had a big event in her diary that she wanted to look like an absolute MILF for, right? So the 3 times a week, that was what you did to get her to that desire. So don't get mixed up between what it was that you did with that person and what they actually want. I think that the reason that a lot of coaches struggle with this is that it involves you being a big ticket. It involves you blowing your own trumpet and having some big dick energy when you have to say, look what I did with this client. And at the end of the day, like, it is marketing, right? There's no, like, I think if you're listening to this podcast, you're probably a really good coach and you probably transform people's lives, right? So just tell the world that. Like, really boast about how incredible this win was and how it was you that got them there. So with those tips in mind, get some social proof out this week on your stories, on your grid, send it out via email. And a really good tip I heard recently, if you are email marketing and you are sending out an email about social proof, put the big sexy win as the hook of, or the subject line of the email. Because even if people don't open it, they know they've just received an email that says, my client lost X amount in X weeks, or my client is now deadlifting 100 and making her husband jealous, right? So even if they don't read the email, they just know that you are doing amazing. So social proof this week. Your second tip, your second lead generating type of content. Oh, I should have said, right, by the way, this goes without saying, if you are sharing social proof, make sure you have a call to action. Call to action is when you are telling people what to do off the back of this post. So if you want these insane results like my client and you want to address XYZ so that you can ABC, DM me the word coaching and let's join forces. Something like that. Okay. Make sure you're always using the fact that you've told this story to then lead people to working with you. The second one, and this is an absolute doozy, right? See if you are wanting some one-to-one clients, right? Do a little offer in private, right? So what I mean by this is you don't need to announce this publicly. You could probably do this and make money without creating a single post. All you need to do is write down a list of all the sort of warm leads that you have. And what I mean by a warm lead is anyone who has ever inquired about working with you but hasn't signed up yet. Anyone who's ever tapped a button or responded to call to actions, and actually all old clients as well. So clients that aren't working with you but have worked with you in the past, right? So write down that list of those warm leads. And what you're going to do is you're going to reach out to them and tell them that you are doing a little offer in private. Now, I don't mean that you have to discount massively, but you could say something like, "Hi, Susie. How are you getting on?" Obviously, or you always, when you send a message to someone, make sure that you just don't like go straight into the pitch. Ask Susie how she's been getting on. Mention something about like the last time you chatted. "Hi, Susie. You said last time that we were working together, you were getting your bathroom renovated. How's it going? How's it looking? Let's see pics." Right. So, just act like a human, and then say, "Last time we were working together, I remember you were working on this. Now, I have actually just had one space come up for one-to-one coaching, and I was wanting to know if you'd be interested in working together and we could work on that," right? So that's one way you could position it. You could position it as, "I've just had a space come up, but I don't want to announce this on social media because I know I'm just going to be inundated with inquiries. So hand picking the people who I know would get incredible results. And Susie, you were one of them." Another thing you could do is, if you were like kind of new to coaching, you could say, "Hello, I don't really want to announce this yet, but I'm reaching out to you because I am needing some people to have some incredible transformations and testimonials, and create some incredible testimonials for me, because I'm like relatively new to coaching. Would you be interested in hearing more about this?" Another thing you could do is, if you'd maybe just like, you could say that you'd revamped your coaching package and you needed some beta testing clients to experience this new coaching style of yours. Like, you've maybe got a new program, you've maybe got a new like platform that you're using, you're implementing some new methods with clients to really showcase the incredible results. And so there's so many different ways that you could position this without having to like make posts about this publicly. You could just like reach out to people who you know were going to be a great fit. You really want to work with them. And you know what? See, if you think about this, right? And someone reached out to you and was like, "I think you're great. I think you are exactly the sort of person that I want to work with. And I've got this opportunity for you." You'd be like, "Oh, thank you. Yeah, like let me hear about it." Like, and the worst thing they can say is no, right? But actually, I think if you position this right, and if you say, "Look, this is an opportunity not only for you, but for me too, like an opportunity for you to get an incredible result, you to have an incredible an opportunity to work with me at a slight discount, and an opportunity for me because I get to boast about you. I get to like show the world about how incredible a coach I am." Everyone is a winner, right? So there's another one. Try that out this week and let me know how it goes. And the last one is a lead magnet. Now, if you don't know what a lead magnet is, it's basically some sort of way for you to get someone into your funnel. Now, I mean your funnel as in working with you in any capacity. Quite often, the easiest way to get someone into your funnel is by giving them something for free. And that's where the lead magnet comes in. So a lead magnet is like, it's a magnet for new leads, right? New leads being new clients. And there's a million different ways that you can have a lead magnet. I am, as a business owner, but and also as a business coach, and someone who teaches my clients how to have like a lead magnet that gets as many new leads as possible. I've tried them all, and I'm working my way through every possibility of lead magnet to see which one I find the most effective. And do you know what? Like, trends change. So what's really effective now might not be really effective in 6 months' time. But a lead magnet could be something like a PDF, it could be recipes, it could be a masterclass, it could be a challenge, it could be a quiz, it could be a private podcast, it could be some sort of coaching experience, like a 20-minute call or something like that, or anything like that. So there's so many different options. But what makes a really effective lead magnet is calling it something super sexy, right? So it sounds really simple. It has like have a great name. It has to have a name that people are like, oh my God, I really, really want that. That sounds like it's going to deliver me a quick win. Um, the quick win is the real key, because there is nothing worse. Like I remember there's a business coach who I was like intrigued about working with, and she had a masterclass. It was like a 45-minute masterclass, and I can't even remember what the masterclass was called, but it was something that implied that you would learn how to do something, right? I I joined the masterclass. It was a 45-minute pitch for her services, and that pissed me off so much so that I unfollowed her and I vowed to never work with that person, because I'm so triggered by having my time wasted, right? So there's other people out there just like me, and I'm sure you're the same. You hate having your time wasted. Your time is precious. I don't want to just be sold to. So a really good lead magnet is one that actually makes a person feel like, wow, that was really filled with value. That was really helpful. It's given me something that I need to go away and do, and and now I just need some help implementing it. So here's an example. I've got a lead magnet in my link in my bio in my Instagram right now, and it's a 5K month game plan. It's the exact 6 steps that you need to take in order to hit consistent 5K months, right? And I'm very proud of it, and it's had loads and loads of downloads, and I'm really pleased. And it also has um led people to book a call with me, and then people have decided to start working with me. So it has worked as a lead magnet, but you can see how the name of it is, it's, I mean, 5K month game plan. That's fucking sexy, isn't it? So have a think about something that you could create that your ideal client really wants to get their hands on. Something that is like, oh, that's a no-brainer. I'll download it right now. And then what you want to happen off the back of that lead magnet is you want to actually collect their email address. So there's no point like just sending them something. Well, I mean, that's not true. Like I have had lead magnets where I don't collect their email address, but I, off the back of it, encourage them to like book a call with me or have a chat with me in the DMs. That can work too. If you don't actually collect email addresses, then that could be what you do. Like you give them the quick win, and then as the call to action, get them to message you on Instagram and chat about coaching, or get them to book onto a call or something like that. So that can be effective. But it is, if you aren't email marketing yet, I really encourage you to start it. I think that a lot of people think it's going to be a lot harder than it is. I use Kit, used to be called ConvertKit. I find Kit to be super user friendly. I used to use MailChimp, but what happens is when someone downloads my lead magnet, their email address is automatically collected, and then they are added to an email sequence. So that email sequence has been pre-written. I wrote it ages ago. It's 7 emails over 7 days. And it's designed to continue to give them value. So they've got value from the game plan, then they're getting more value from my emails. But I'm also like at the same time, like showing them some incredible social proof that I've got. I'm encouraging them to book a call. And nothing turns me on more than when someone downloads my freebie and like 2 or 3 days later, they've booked a call with me, because I know that wonderful email sequence is working away exactly how it's meant to in the background. Oh, yeah, honestly, it makes me go, oh, when someone books a call with me after a couple of days. So if you don't have a lead magnet yet, on my YouTube channel, if you look up Unapologetically Shona, I created a tutorial on making a quiz. And the reason that I did that is that I think like with our freebies, we really need to think outside the box. We either need to deliver something really full of value, or we need to think outside the box. Well, or do both. And that's what the quiz was designed to do. It was meant to be fun. It's meant to be like a BuzzFeed style personality quiz where like they They do the quiz, they find out a bit about themselves. It's literally like making them problem aware through this quiz. And then it delivers, like, based on their personality, they get a fix for this problem that they're having. And then if they want more, then they can book onto this high value call with you, right? So go and check that out. But lead magnets are definitely way forward. If you don't have one for your business, then all you need to do is actually just send me a message off the back of this. I can give you a couple of ideas about how we can get some more leads in your business. But there you go, lead magnet. Selling something very exciting, like a high touch coaching experience in private, and social proof content. Lots to be getting on with there. Next week, I have a super special guest coming on. So make sure that you hit subscribe. And actually, I would really, really love you to rate this podcast 5 stars if you have found it helpful. All you need to do is, rate it 5 stars. You could even leave a review. Imagine that. Just say, "Hi, Shona, I love you. I love you." So leave a review, subscribe to it, follow it, and rate it 5 stars. I would love you forever. Have a wonderful week. Go and get them clients, and I shall see you next week. Bye.